Hello and welcome to the unboxing videos of GMS magazine. I am Paco Garcia, I am your host, and now I am going to unbox Sentinels of the Multiverse. We all like superheroes. At some point, pretty much all of us have read a comic book, and at some point, pretty much all of us have been captivated, and our imaginations have been completely gripped by the adventures lived in the superhero world, whichever superhero you like. Thus, it's not surprising to see that a game like this have come out of the mind of two young guys who happen to like superheroes. The company is called Greater Than Games. I have interviewed Christian, one of them, for the podcast, and it was an absolute blast. So please do listen to that podcast, which will be up probably at the same time of this video. Now, this is a card game, and it's quite interesting for me because it's a cooperative card game, where usually card games tend to be competitive. This one you actually play against the system, and with the number of cards inside, the depth and replayability value of the game is likely to be very, very high indeed. So, I haven't played yet. I don't know exactly what's in the box, although I can imagine, so let's just take a look. Before I go inside the box, I want to show you the back of the box. Because again, it's actually very, very simple, but there's one thing here, but it's for 2 to 5 players, 30 to 60 minutes, and apparently there are 578 cards. Just to let you know, I am not going to count them. The box is, as I knew it would be, very simple box. There's absolutely nothing to it, and I knew it because they told me. And the reason the box is fairly flimsy, just do what's meant to do, is because of the cost of production, which is fine. I can go with it. To be honest, a game like this doesn't need an over elaborate box. The official rulebook. This is not just the rulebook. This is the official rulebook. I can imagine there must be an unofficial rulebook somewhere, and this is very comic booky. Not the easiest to read font, but is very comic booky. Everything seems to be explained. Everything seems to be well signed and marked. The game setup is clear enough. I like the hero bios. I think that's pretty cool. The turn sequence is good. Okay, this is where it becomes a little bit more intimidating for somebody like me who's dyslexic, but that's fine. Okay. Oh well, that's good. It's a glossary. That is actually a very nice addition. That is a very good idea that not many games do, and they should. If your game's using an awful lot of words that belong to the game, that can save an awful lot of time. That's excellent. And this actually the advanced game, the advanced play taking just that little bit extra is very nice. Wow. Okay, so far it hasn't really made me mad to play the game, but I'm happy. It is congruent and cohesive with the rest of the game. Inside the box, just like that, we get 6 pack of cards. Every pack of cards is this thick. Let's open one of them. This game came out in Gen Con 2011, and it pretty much sold out right away. And they are about to reprint some more, which is excellent. Right, the material. The material is actually pretty good. It's pretty much the same kind of material that you would find in a Magic the Gathering kind of card. The printing is very good. The font is easy enough to read. The illustrations are lovely. This is actually very nice. Some people may complain, I can foresee this, that the artwork is a bit naive and not very sophisticated. Well, I would say the artwork is just fine. You are right, it's naive and it's not particularly sophisticated or over elaborate, but then it doesn't need to be. It's a super heroic kind of thing. However, the art is very... the whole thing is very congruent with the whole game, and it's very consistent in terms of style. So you may not like the style, but you, well, no, I mean you, anybody, can criticize the quality of the art direction in this. You may not like it, but it is good. So, there are an awful lot of cards in here, and again, I'm not, for obvious reasons, going to count them, because this unboxing is just to see what the quality of the components is, and the quality of the design of the game itself, the looks of the game itself is. And you know what, this is actually really good. Very good. I wouldn't mind seeing a whole comic book or a graphic novel made with this. I like it. Very nice. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing, there are no pieces, there are no meeples, there are no dice, there's no nothing, they're just cards. This is a card game. So, do I like it? Yes, is the quick answer to this. I am not particularly blown away by it, but then there is nothing this game can do to really blow me away, because it's a card game. It does what it's meant to do. I can see that the artwork has been made, if pretty much everything, if not everything, by somebody called Adam Rebotaro. That's an insane amount of artwork in just one game made by a small company. That deserves a lot of praise, a huge amount of praise. If the game plays as well as people say, then this game should become a cult, and I wouldn't mind at all seeing people making submissions for new cards and new villains and new heroes and new rules, and creating and developing the whole universe of the Sentinels, of the multiverse. I think that would be a very, very fitting destiny for this kind of game. If I remember correctly, I don't know if this is in the box or not, probably not, but if I remember correctly, yes, this retails is here for $39.95. It may sound like a lot of money, but think of it this way. How many cards do you get if you spend $40 in a living card game from Fantasy Flight, or you buy boosters for Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon or any other? Just tell me how many. And you don't get 578 cards. So value for money, this is unbeatable. Absolutely unbeatable for number of cards per penny or per cent. So the fact that they have managed to achieve that, that is telling me as a player, as a reviewer, that they were interested in bringing as much content to the player as they could. And that deserves a huge amount of credit. That means that the designers care about the game and about the players more than they care about making money. That's how it should be. And for that, Greater Than Games are always going to get my support. Very, very well done, guys.